जय श्री राम, जय श्री कृष्ण, जय हनुमान, जय हनुमान, जय हनुमान। प्यारे बजरंग बली की जय। Again, where are we? We are in Lanka Kand. After Duha number 79, we have been working on the Vibhishan Gita, where Sri Ram is talking to Vibhishan ji, because out of concern, he is worried that Sri Ram is deprived of all the things that are needed to win a battle. But Sri Ramji clarifies that what actually is needed is beyond the tangibles that we normally look at. There is so much beyond the tangibles, so much beyond the tangibles, so much that meets the eye, beyond what meets the eye, so much that we really can't see. But we can always feel it. कहते हैं ना, the gut feel. The heart knows it all. Even though the eyes can't see, the ears can't hear, and the nose can't smell, but the heart knows. So with this thought, before we delve into the last few analogies of Vibhishan Gita, so today we'll be working on Bar Vigyan Kathin Ko Danda. Bar Vigyan Kathin Ko Dand. Now what is the bow? Right? Bow is Bar Vigyan. एक होता है ज्ञान और एक होता है विज्ञान. We are going to delve deeper because these two are different. Vigyan is not science. We are not talking about science. We are talking about Gyan, about the self. Right? Bar Vigyan Kathin Ko Danda. That is the bow. Once we have clarity on the self, nothing can shake us. Right? And that is how the bow is supposed to be. Strong, steady, right? Unshakable. So that is Bar Vigyan. He's saying that is my Kodand, that is my bow. And then Kavaj Abhed Vipra Guru Seva, ye humne kar liya tha. Amal Achal Man Throne Samana. Now Amal or Achal Man, calm and quiet mind. Man keh sakte hain, mind keh sakte hain. Is what is it? It is like the quiver. Jahan pe the arrows are kept. The quiver has to be steady, right? One direction, ताकि आप आराम से निकाल के you can shoot. So what is that? My mind. After all, everything is in the mind. So they have used quiver as the mind where all the thoughts are. And then he says, Sam, Jam, Niyam. Sam, Yam, and Niyam. What are these? These are not only that arrow, but the tip of the arrow. Sili Mukh Nana. These are the tips of my arrow. Right? So this is what is left of, we build the chariot, we build the shastra. Now these are the astras which can be thrown. Astra bhi kare, shastra bhi kare. Now bow and arrow which can be thrown at a distance. So these are the things we are going to delve into. Now before we delve into these, let's just take a little time to ponder. Because जब यम और नियम की बात आ जाती है ना, तब we need to stop and think before we move on. Right? So, let's start with this very small story. Once upon a time, as we always start our stories, there was a sage. बहुत महात्मा बड़े थे, and students for far away land would come to get knowledge from him. The teachers would not travel. They would stay. जिसको ज्ञान लेना है आ जाओ. So he used to live in a remote place next to a pond. And it was well known that there was a test that he would give. Only then could you join, right? You would be eligible to take knowledge from him. Eligibility test. So the students would come and the test would be that you go to the pond, right? आप pond पे जाइए and देखिए what do you see. And then come back with your observation. Simple test. Ki go to the pond, see, come back with your observation. That is the pond and you have to tell me what do you see. So students would go. And that was the elimination criteria. And that was the criteria of how much knowledge one is ready for. So there would be students who would be declined admission, right? And they wouldn't be told why. They would have a long list of things that they have observed, thinking that why we are such good observers. The minute they would come with a longish list, they would be declined admission. कि मैंने fish देखा, crab देखा, duck देखा, ये देखा, वो देखा. You know, they would see कि, oh my God, my observation power is so strong. They would be declined observation. Then there was a second set of students whose list was a little small. It had only one thing in it. When I went to the pond, all I saw was water. So once the student would say that, कि all I saw was water, the student was granted admission, but he was still not ready for the knowledge that was going to be imparted. सच में, the gurus initially were very selective. वो ऐसे ही नहीं देते थे ज्ञान, right? पात्र तो होना चाहिए ना ज्ञान के लिए. And then that's one special student who would rarely be there would come back and tell the teacher, I saw myself. When I looked into the pond, I saw myself. And that is the student who is eligible to get knowledge. And that is where the guru would share his own experience. He is not saying, I'm giving you the ultimate knowledge. Everybody is but sharing their experience. That is why there is no right or wrong. There is no need to argue. Because सबका अपना अपनी अनुभूति है, right? We are sharing our experiences. All gurus have their experiences. If a guru was a doctor previously, his writing would be based on that experience. His analogy will be based on that experience. If a guru was a journalist, the analogy will be based on that. Is it wrong or right? No. If a guru is a Kriya Yogi, all the entire Gita, if you go and listen to the Yogananji's Gita, because that is, he was a Kriya Yogi, the analogy and the interpretations of the shloks would be done from the Kriya Yoga perspective. One got various paths. But so, this one student would be given access to the experience of the teacher. कि मैं तुम्हें मेरी अनुभूति बता देता. So this story is something that tells us not to get lost in the noise around us. Till there is noise, nothing is going to go in. चाहे कुछ भी हो रहा हो, Ramji never got lost in the noise. His focus was always clear. His knowledge always sharp. His belief always on the Almighty. And then one more thought will come. When we are talking about yam and niyam, suddenly the thought will come, and this is very common nowadays. And there is a dilemma. Maybe you could, if you want to write it down or you want to think about it, do think about it. And it is just a food for thought that we are sharing before we go into the depths of it. What is it? Is maun, silence, the outcome of peace? Or peace the outcome of maun, silence? First question. Is the silence, maun, the outcome of peace? Or peace the outcome of maun? Second, think about it. Is ahimsa the outcome of love? Or love the outcome of ahimsa? See, it makes a big difference. कई बार हम बोलते हैं ना, I am meditating to get peace. Or because somebody is peaceful, he is always in a meditative state. क्या सही है? सोचिए एक बार. Are the scriptures the outcome of self-knowledge? Or self-knowledge the outcome of scriptures? आप सोचिए. All these scriptures have come out, have been written by somebody. All the stutis that we sing came out of this, heart filled with love and bhakti, and automatically the pen moved. So what is it? Are the scriptures, the shastras, the outcome of self-knowledge? Or self-knowledge the outcome of shastra? Very important. Are the Veds the outcome of self-realization? Or self-realization is the outcome of Veds. आपको क्या लगता है? What sequence is right? Give yourself some time. Think about it. And this difference will change our outlook towards everything. Let's take an example very simply. And everything and anything can be analyzed like this. And this makes us, this is the difference between a data who is Adani or a person who is still taking a bhogi. The answer to these 4 questions. Now, think about it. When somebody is in mourn, the objective, with an objective, कि I am in silence because I want peace. I want to attain something through my silence of 4 hours every day. Then what are we? We are still in a taking state, isn't it? Because we want something from the silence. We want something from our fasting. We want something from the Shastras. We want something from the Veds. तो हम तो लेने वाले ही हो गए ना. अभी तक हम दाता नहीं बने. There is nothing wrong in it. But we have to be very clear about where we stand, right? So we are still takers. But just imagine, without any reason to take, one becomes quiet, right? Silence prevails. चुप रहते हैं ना, क्यों गलत बोलना? चुप रहते हैं ना, किसी को कुछ गलत शब्द ना निकल जाए. चुप रहते हैं ना, there is no reason to talk right now. चुप रहते हैं ना, मन नहीं आ जाता कुछ बोलने का. चुप रहते हैं ना, कुछ बोलने को है नहीं. Different state. Can we understand the difference in the state? At that time we are in a giving state, right? मौन वही है 4 घंटे का, but the intention makes all the difference. It makes us from a taker to a giver, right? Think about it. At that time we are in a giving state. In the same way, when it comes to fasting, right? Fasting, why are we fasting? I'm fasting to cleanse my system. I'm fasting to control my senses. I'm fasting to do this. I'm fasting to do that. We are still takers. There is a reason behind our fasting. There is a motive that we want to be accomplished after our fasting. Taming of a mind is also a motive. But now just think. Let's change the state again. We are fasting because gluttony is sin, and जितनी ज़रूरत है उतना ही खाना चाहिए. Survival mode. I don't eat for recreation. I sit down and I eat. Okay, this is my requirement for the body. Why should I consume resources that might fulfill somebody else's need? So no, I'm fasting. So when you're fasting with that intention, it is a giving state, right? So beyond all this, fasting वही है पूरे दिन की. What is the intention? मौन वही है 4 घंटे का. What is the intention? The intention and the composition of the mind at that time makes one a giver or a taker. And as we always says, a taker might have more, but a giver always sleeps well. Right? So and this in life, whenever we are standing, we should take a pause and think. Ramji took a pause, right? And he reinforced certain things into himself. While talking to Vibhishan, वो खुद को reinforcement दे रहे थे. And we sometimes just act in impulse and we forget that the state of mind is very essential. And that is the difference between sadhan and sadhana. Sadhan is the means, sadhana is the end. Right? It is just a playing of words around, right? And it is said, right? When sadhan becomes sadhana, when this taker becomes a giver, what happens? It has the ability to join the sadhak, that is the devotee, to the sadhya, the Lord. Right? When the sadhan becomes a sadhana, It has the ability to join the sadhak with the sadhya. That is the Lord. And then they all get tied in one string. So that pause is very, very, very important. हमेशा एक छोटा सा pause before we ape somebody, before we do something. Many a times we look at the sadhus in the jungle and we feel and conclude that we need to be in the jungle to become blissful and emit bliss. ऐसा है क्या? नहीं. Little knowing that going to the jungle alone will not get us bliss. इसी के लिए कहते हैं ना, let that drishti be inwards and analysis be inwards. Let's shift our locus of control inside and not outside. Let all the judgments be on the self and not outside. So this is what Shri Ram is. Instead of being bogged down by the situation around him, he's looking inwards. He's showing Vibhishan the inward reality of his composition. Right? So this is a very beautiful thought. I'll share it and it's worth pondering. Whatever we do, we can analyze it कि हम giving state में काम कर रहे हैं, हम taking state में काम कर रहे हैं. Right? And it is very blissful to always be in a giving state, not a taking state. Right? So let's go back. So Bar Vigyan Kathin Ko Danda. So Bar Vigyan is knowledge of the self. Knowing the self कि मैं एक सच्चिद आनंद स्वरूप हूँ, मैं एक दृष्टा हूँ. I am a दृष्टा. I am the Satchid Anand Swarup, everlasting bliss and joy. Right? I am not this body, I am not this mind, I am not these thoughts at all. Just imagine. Isn't that a strong bow to hold on to? In any situation, if we are sthit in the knowledge of the self, the truth, nothing can move us, nothing can shake us. So Ramji is saying very clearly कि my bow is my self-knowledge, that divine knowledge, which cannot be broken, which cannot be taken away from me. मैं सच्चिद आनंद स्वरूप हूँ, मैं एक दृष्टा हूँ. Everything is happening. I am part of this big cosmos, or I am this big cosmos. Right? So he's very beautifully he says that. And then he says, Amala Achalaman Throne Samana. Right? Amal Achalaman. Pure and steady mind. Do we know that we have 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts per minute in our mind? पता ही नहीं चलता हमें. Our mind is so scattered all the time. We are unable to contain it. Constant flow of thoughts. सो रहे हैं तो भी thoughts. We don't sleep well because the mind does not rest. It is constantly in action, and when we get up in the morning, we are still tired. ये सोचा, वो सपना आया, ऐसा हो गया, this what happened. अरे तो फिर no rest, right? So this mind is not steady. This mind is not pure. This mind is like, it's like roaring with thoughts all the time. We cannot possibly be in one place fully. फिर क्या होगा? That's why जब भी mind starts wandering, the technique which we teach the children is focus on your breath. The minute something takes you away from your strength or some fear comes in, focus on your breath. Focus on your breath. That connects you with this universe. You are inhaling, you are exhaling, you are inhaling the power of the universe, you are exhaling all the negativity. Go back to your breath again and again. When your heart skips a beat, when something worries you so much, connect to your breath. Focus. We hardly stop to connect. And that is what he's saying. The quality of thoughts is very important. But is it possible to control this mind, monkey mind? ये बोल रहे हैं कि my mind is amal and achal, pure and steady. ठीक है राम जी, आपका मन is pure and steady. What about mine? तो इसमें I would like to actually read what Shivanand ji has written, and it is very beautifully put with no need of any extra explanation or words from my side. Shivanand ji expresses, because many a times we say कि ऐसा होना चाहिए, but then we leave it, कैसे करें उसको, right? The question mark. This is how it is supposed to be, pure and steady. But how? But how? And this is the answer to most of the hows in spirituality. Shivanand ji says, suppression of urge is not eradication. Very carefully. Suppression of an urge is not eradication. You can never be free from that which is suppressed. Underline it and keep it. The suppressed desire will attack you again and again, and it will produce irritability and restlessness of the mind. हो गई, क्योंकि आपने किसी चीज को सप्रेस कर लिया है. It is there, it is wiggling, it's alive. It will again manifest with redoubled force when a suitable opportunity arises. And तब क्या होगा? When the will becomes strong. Till we are strong-willed, we have suppressed that desire. When our will becomes strong, it will reappear with redoubled force. तब क्या करेंगे? So then he says, फिर क्या करना चाहिए? The mind should be rendered pure by meditation. बैठो. 5 minutes every day. Get up before everybody else gets up. Just sit. Jap. Jap also helps. Kirtan. Some form of kirtan. Prayers. Constant connection with God. Constant connection with saints. And if the mind is filled with sublime divine thoughts by meditation, jap, prayers, and study of the holy scriptures, the desires will be devitalized or de-energized by the withdrawal of the mind. वो खुद ही devitalize हो जाएंगी, de-energized हो जाएंगी by the withdrawal of the mind, and the mind also will be thinned. The mind will become thinned. इसमें selfless action, service for others भी हम ऐड कर सकते हैं. So instead of fighting the thoughts, कि I'm going to reduce the thoughts, how is meditation, jap, kirtan, prayers, selfless action, धीरे 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 the mind will get thinned. पता ही नहीं चलेगा हमें where those 60,000, 80,000 thoughts have disappeared. It is said, I do not know whether it's right or wrong, but many people say that when your mind and your thoughts become less and controlled, it shows on your palm. I could be wrong, but I firmly remember that the lines on your palm also reduce. We can go back and confirm, and I would not be, if I'm wrong, but this is what I've heard, right? कि the outer appearance में भी बहुत change आता है. Calmness, not only there is a physical change, but the mental texture emits an aura which others can sense. अब बुद्ध में जो aura थी, जब वो चलते थे, the deers and the lions would drink water from the same pond, right? Texture of the mind, right? All these great sages, there was an aura in them. So this is what Amala Achala Man Throna Samana. Pure and steady mind is needed. How? Also Shivanandji answered. Right? And now after that, some. What is he saying? Amal Achan Man Thron Samana. Sam Jam Niyam Sili Muknana. This is, some is, it's just only some. Samta. Equanimity, equality in external vision. And when there is equality, there is samta. In our external vision, अपने आप शांति आ जाती है. When my finger pokes my eye, I don't cut off my finger, do I? कि इसने मेरी आँख को मार दिया. ये भी मेरी है, ये भी मेरी है, गलती से लग गई. And if we see this entire world from that point of view, समता कि सभी तो मेरा है. There are no two. Actually, there is no duality. Everything is one. Everything shares the same consciousness. Everything is that divine. तब क्या होगा? Our mind will become quiet. कि हो गई गलती, हो जाता है, सब अपने ही तो है. If we can forgive our children, why can't we forgive somebody else? Everybody is a child of God, right? है ना? फिर so quiet. This is very simple. It is very difficult to implement. Very simple to explain. पूरा जीवन निकल जाता है, समता नहीं आती, पर क्या करें? राम जी ने बोला सम जम नियम, राइट? यम और नियम तो हम कर लेंगे, समता कैसे लाएंगे? आई थिंक इट विल बी एन आउटकम. इट इज एन एफर्ट, लाइफ लॉन्ग एफर्ट टू बी एन अवेयरनेस, right? Where everyone or everything outside is equal to us. The distinction of mine and thine thins out and disappears. Mera, tera. मैं अरु मोर तोड़ते माया. This is Maya. This is Maya. Me and mine, you and yours is Maya. That is it. There is nothing else. And जैसे ही हम सम हो जाते हैं, we have broken the shackles of Maya. But it is very difficult. It takes a very, 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 very long time. But it is possible. And this one change, what does it do? It says, will fill you with love. And after this, only after samta, yam and niyam is possible. Or it is a catch-22. You do not know. पहले क्या करने से क्या होगा हमें नहीं पता. पर समता का मतलब ये होता है, और समता अवेयरनेस में आ सकती है. And yes, yam and niyam becomes easy when we are in this state of mind of equanimity and equality in our external vision. So what is this yam? There are 5 yams, right? And 5 niyams. Yam and niyam. So what are those 5 yams? Yam का मतलब होता है 5 noble values of life. The 5 noble values of life, very simple. Every religion preaches this. I think it is very normal and it is very commonsensical, right? Ahimsa. The first is ahimsa, non-violence. The second is satya, truthfulness, very simple. The third is asteya, non-stealing. The fourth is apigraha, matlab non-hoarding. And the fifth is brahmacharya, right? Celibacy. So these are the 5 noble values of life which Ram ji says, मेरे क्या हैं? The tips of my arrow. एक तो समता है मेरे में. I don't see any distinction between anybody. Just because I have come here to fight Ravan, that does not mean that I see कि रावण कोई और है, विभीषण कोई और है. There is a cause, there is a situation, and I am there to work. That's it. ऐसा नहीं है कि विभीषण is more dear to me and Ravan is not. Nothing like that. Right? He's acting. A situation has come and he's acting. So samta hai. And what are the 5 noble values of his life that he upholds? Non-violence, truthfulness, non-stealing, not hoarding, and brahmacharya. देखिए, let's start with ahimsa, non-violence. Right? Simple. Everything, whenever we say non-violence, is not hitting anybody. Not violent in our speech, not violent in our action, not violent in our thoughts also. We cannot have violence in our thoughts also. We say ना सोचा तो था पर करा तो नहीं ना. सोचा क्यों? सोचा क्यों? It came to my mind, I almost slapped him, but I controlled myself. Violence is done. हो गया. Because you're talking about the tangible. जो सूक्ष्म चीजें होती हैं ना, they really impact everything. We walk into this room, right? In our heart, we really despise and hate the person who has invited us. And we are muttering and thinking about the thoughts, this person, this person, that. And the minute we walk into that room with that aura, the reaction of that other person is negative. We will say, मैंने तो कुछ बोला ही नहीं था. I was so kind, I was so nice. But how rude was that person? Arey, but you have already done violence. You have slapped him 100 times in your thoughts. और उसको थप्पड़ लग चुका है. And then it is a reaction. So we'll say कि मैंने कुछ नहीं करा. कैसे नहीं करा? Go back to your thoughts. Right? So violence is done. So over here they're saying non-violence in speech, action and thoughts. To others and self. देखिए, non-violence is not only to others. Even to the self we should not be violent. Be forgiving. हम सबको माफ कर देते हैं, right? हम खुद को माफ करना भूल जाते हैं. We serve everybody in the family. Many a times we forget to take care of ourselves. क्यों? That is violence. आपने सबको फ्रूट खिला दिए, खुद का फ्रूट कहाँ गया भाई? क्यों नहीं खाया आपने? तो फिर तो then you are operating in that philosophy कि I am the body, I am the mind and I am the thought. Even this body is not you, this mind is not you, this thought is not you. So if you are taking care of others, this body also comes into others, right? तो हम खुद के तरफ क्यों वायलेंट हो जाते हैं? We are able to forgive everybody, we are not able to forgive the self. We are kind to everybody, but we sometimes become ruthless to ourselves. So non-violence, ahimsa, others and self in thought, word and deed. Right? And this is very essential. Not only this, it is, आप ये सोचिए, the pain, right, that we end up giving somebody is violence. But suppose we don't relieve somebody's pain, we are going a step forward. That is also ahimsa. हमने कुछ करा. See, we have taken 2 points. We did something wrong to others in thought, word and deed. We did something wrong to this body in thought, word and deed. Is ahimsa, is violence. When we are not doing anything, it is ahimsa. But violence की definition ये भी है कि when we can help somebody and we don't help, when we can speak out and correct the situation when we don't do it, that is also violence. It is not only not doing, it is not acting when you're supposed to. When somebody is being beaten up by somebody and you walk minding your own business, वो violence हो गया. Right? So, Ramji saying ahimsa. Non-violence is one silimuk of yam. Yam में there are various arrows, right? उसके बाद में satya, truthfulness. Again, truthfulness in thought, word and deed. Satya bolo, meetha bolo, katu satya mat bolo. Now once it so happened that there was a person who was very, very truthful, right? He would never lie. No matter what he said, कुछ भी हो जाए मैं झूठ नहीं बोलूंगा. And there was this very kind person who was being tortured by somebody, and he saw that person escape and go to the other direction and hide right behind him in the cave. Now this person said, ये तो बाबा जी हैं, सही बोलते हैं, झूठ बोलते नहीं है, ये पक्का मुझे पकड़ा देंगे. Now the soldiers came running. They said, did you see this man? So the Babaji looked and his tongue said, nahi. And the soldiers believed him and they went away. Right? This is just a kind of a joke. इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि हम दुनिया में और जिंदगी में ये अप्लाई कर दें. I am saying this at a very lighter mode. सत्य बोलना चाहिए at any cost. But ठीक है, this is a joke. So then this person came out. He said, आपने तो आज झूठ बोल दिया. You lied. He said, no, I didn't lie. Right? So he said then, and then the words that are written is, the eyes can see but they can't speak. मेरी आंखों ने देखा पर वो बोल नहीं सकती थी. And the tongue can speak but it did not see. So the answer was given by my tongue and my tongue did not see. It is just a joke. But ऐसा नहीं कि हम ये सोचें and then we say we are so honest because the eyes saw it but the tongue did not see it, and that is what you told me, but it is supposed to be in a lighter note. But it is like, don't say anything anywhere जहाँ झूठ है और मत बोलिए. Now the five tests of whether we should speak or not is, first week, let's say we will not say, if we want to do it and practice it, for 1 week we'll say that no, we are not going to say anything that is harmful. I'm only going to say something that is harmless. उसके अलावा मैं कुछ नहीं बोलूंगा 1 week. Second week में we are going to say only that which is truthful, जो honest है. Right? We are adding. Harmful भी नहीं है और truthful भी है. On the third week we say it has to be harmless, it has to be truthful, and it has to be pleasant. That is the third week. You are adding. In the fourth week we will speak only when it is harmless, truthful, pleasant and beneficiary. फालतू की बात नहीं करेंगे हम. एंड पता है 5th week में क्या होगा? Silence will prevail. ऐसा नहीं होगा क्या? सोचिए, मोस्ट ऑफ आवर टॉक्स डिफाई वन ऑफ दीज कैटेगरीज. एंड कई बार हम बोल रहे होते हैं जिसका कोई सर पैर नहीं होता. देयर इज नो बेनिफिट. बोल रहे हैं बिकॉज बोलना है, बिकॉज वी वांट टू होल्ड अ कन्वर्सेशन, सो वी आर टॉकिंग. सोचिए ना. सो इफ वी हैव दिस, नो, वीक 1 it has to be harmless, week 2 harmless and truthful, week 3 harmless, truthful and pleasant, week 4 harmless, truthful, pleasant and beneficiary, week 5 में कुछ नहीं करना पड़ेगा because we'll be quiet. फिर क्या होगा? We'll become so boring, right? सोचिए. So truth, and we all know what truth is. I think ज़्यादा हमें बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है for truthfulness. We know it. It is very difficult to practice, but it is possible again. Now, what is non-stealing? Right? Definitely, taking something that is not ours is stealing without letting the other person know. That is stealing. But there are various ways of stealing. And we don't even realize that we have stolen something from somebody else. And it is very beautiful. Many a times, we end up stealing somebody's peace of mind. हम कुछ ऐसा बोल देते हैं ना, बहुत ध्यान रखिए. सी एंड हो जाता है. इट्स नॉट दैट वी शुड बी, एज वी सेड ना, वी शुड बी नॉन वायलेंट टू आवर सेल्फ ऑल्सो एंड फॉरगिविंग. हो जाता है हमसे गलती. एंड वी आर नॉट लूजर्स टिल वी आर विलिंग टू रियलाइज एंड फिक्स इट एंड कीप वर्किंग ऑन इट. When somebody comes in the morning, we do not know what situation that person is in, right? But guste hi, if we start yapping, shouting, saying something negative, what have we done? सुबह सुबह उसका बेचारे का confidence, his joy has been stolen away from him. क्यों करना है, right? कुछ दे नहीं सकते तो दो मीठे शब्द तो बोलो ना. Right? So, stealing somebody's peace of mind, stealing somebody's confidence. There are certain words, they can scar somebody so much that knowingly, unknowingly, we could be the cause of somebody's failure in life, cause of somebody's demotivation, cause of somebody's lack of love towards self. मत बोलिए. And हमें लगेगा कि हमने जिंदगी में कभी बुरा किया ही नहीं. You're looking at the tangibles, that intangible hurt that has been caused. उसका क्या? प्रभु तो सबका हिसाब रखता है ना. And हमें लगता है कि हमने तो जिंदगी में कभी कुछ बुरा नहीं किया. Right? Never. Then there is another thing. Stealing is accumulating too much wealth, too many resources, multiple things. There was this ad, I've been trying to look for it, I must have saved it somewhere, where they showed, just imagine a person who's walking with all the hats that he has in the house, or all the glasses that that person has in the house. And suppose tomorrow you were to walk with all the handbags that you have in your house, all the clothes that you have, all the scarves that you have, all the bangles and all the earrings you are loaded. कैसे लगेंगे हम? हमने चुराया है दूसरे से. ये भी चोरी होती है. सी, बच्चों को हम चोरी सिखाते हैं ना, फिर हम भूल जाते हैं कि चोरी कितना और क्या क्या चोरी हो सकता है. तो प्रभु ने कभी अक्यूमुलेट नहीं किया, राइट? कोई मतलब नहीं है. इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट, बट या, अक्यूमुलेटिंग, it is also hoarding, but yeah, that is also stealing. Because the resources are limited, God has given for everybody's need, but He has not provided for everybody's greed. And then again, adding to our cravings is also stealing. Many a times we say, no, it's a harm. No, I'm just, at least, when we go, no, harmless window shopping. Harmless window shopping nahi hoti hai. The world enters through our eyes, the world enters through our nose, the world enters through our ears, the world enters through our breath and mouth. It is not harmless. We are indulging these senses and the cravings are being created. आज 2 घंटे हैं, चलो एमओई घूम के आ जाती हूँ, खरीदना कुछ नहीं है, we'll just roam around now. We have put oil in that desire ka flame. Of course, right? And it is beautiful. Why should we say कि नहीं, बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत कुछ है, भगवान की माया इज सो खूबसूरत. सो दीज आर फॉर्म्स ऑफ स्टीलिंग. सो इट इज नॉट ओनली टेकिंग समथिंग. We can go down to the fineness. We have to break it down. Our scriptures are not very superficial, and we can go on talking about asteya, non-stealing for days, but we are not going to do that. We are going to leave it for our thoughts. And non-hoarding. Non-stealing में भी hoarding आ गया, but non-hoarding. Now hoarding we all know, where हम accumulate करते रहते हैं. And there is something जो कभी मैं पढ़ रही होंगी, I do not know where I got it from, but यहाँ पे they have written, or it is written somewhere, we are not, as someone rightly said, we are not communists, we are not socialists, etc. We are morist. MOREIST. हम कम्युनिस्ट भी नहीं है, सोशलिस्ट भी नहीं है, कैपिटलिस्ट भी नहीं है. हम क्या है? मोरिस्ट है. ऑल वी वॉन्ट इज मोर एंड मोर एंड मोर एंड मोर एंड मोर. कहते हैं ना, प्रभु आने दो. राइट? दैट इज वॉट इज होर्डिंग. वी होर्ड. हम दबा दबा के रख लेते हैं. होता है हमारे साथ में ऐसा. वी ऑल डू इट कि अभी आई कांट फिट इन टू इट, माई डॉटर विल वेयर इट वन डे. होर्डिंग ही हो गई ना. खरीद लेगी आपकी डॉटर और पहन लगी. नहीं आ रहा तो दे दो, कोई तो पहनेगा ना अभी. Right? And in India, it stares in your eye. The minute you step out of your house, in signals, you'll see children without clothes. तब लगना चाहिए कि यार 10 साल से कुछ रखा हुआ है जो शायद अगले 10 साल भी नहीं आएगा. सोचिए, that is hoarding. And let's go. So this is hoarding from the tangible point of view. Right? Now don't we hoard emotions? Don't we hoard on hurt? You know, I'll never be able to forget what my mother-in-law told me on the first day. It's still raw and green and it hurts. अरे शादी को 30 साल हो गए. उसके बाद she must have done good things also, na? But we are holding on that emotion of hurt. छोड़ो. रात गई, बात गई. In the morning, zero hoarding. We start afresh. Think of it, हम कितना होर्ड कर रहे होते हैं. So it is not only the tangible things that we are hoarding. We are hoarding on hurt also. We are hoarding on pride also. पता है, when you see ना, एक टाइम था जब मैं रूम में घुसता था, 80-year-old person might be recalling, और सब खड़े हो जाते थे. You know, that pride, the hoarding, it's good, it's nice to remember, I'm not saying anything, but hoarding. So we hoard on pain, we hoard on hurt, and that bogs us down more than the things that we are hoarding. सबसे पहले रिलीज करना है, अंदर से शुरू करो. I'm not saying कि तिजोरी खाली कर दो. दिल में जो पेन है, दिल में जो हेट्रेड है, उसको तो खाली कर ही सकते हैं ना. We can reduce the pain and the hatred. Can't we? We can start from there. Trust me, if internal hoarding reduces the pain and the anger and the agitation, external hoarding will reduce on its own. As Shivanand ji says, na, work, don't suppress, sublimate. When we sublimate, automatically external tangible things will fall in place. हमें कुछ नहीं करना पड़ेगा. So the starting point is not money or my wardrobe or my clothes. No, the starting point is here. मेरे दिल के अंदर क्या है. Right? So श्री हरि बोल रहे हैं, राम जी, कि what is it? I don't hoard also. ना किसी से दोस्ती, ना किसी से बैर. And then brahmacharya. Brahmacharya, there are various ways of looking at. Celibacy is definitely one of it, because in Vivekanand's word, he clearly says, and I won't mix the word and make it mellow. Vivekanand ji says the same law, brahmacharya, is applied to the married or the single. If one wastes the most potent force, that is the ojas shakti. हमारी जो ओजस शक्ति होती है, do research on it. ओजस शक्ति of one's being, and one cannot become spiritual like that. So yes, हम बोलते हैं ब्रह्मचर्य. We very many a times we just dilute it by saying no, celibacy नहीं है. It means so many different things. Yes, it means so many different things. आंखों का ब्रह्मचर्य होता है, नाक का ब्रह्मचर्य होता है, कानों का ब्रह्मचर्य होता है. Where you don't listen to negative things, when you don't see negative things, when you don't talk about negative things. But yes, brahmacharya is equal to celibacy also, and it is equal for married and unmarried, right? And ojas shakti is a very strong shakti which has to be raised. If we listen to the kriyas and all, then we'll understand कि brahmacharya कितना important होता है, right? But beyond that also, the other way of looking at it would be brahmacharya. Brahm jaisa acharan, right? Brahmacharya, we can break it and say Brahm. What is Brahm? That one divine, right? Uske jaisa acharan. And what is the characteristics of Brahm? What is the characteristic of that one divine? There is one shlok, right? Which we always recite. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om. So Brahm jaisa acharan karna hai. So this, little shlok is complete. And what is this shlok saying? Many people translate in many ways. I'll share it. But the basic translation is very simple. It is saying that is infinite, this is infinite. From that infinite, this infinite comes, right? From that infinite, this infinite is removed. If it's removed or added, the infinite remains infinite. And bahut sara hai. That is the whole, this is the whole. From the whole becomes manifest. Taking away the whole from the whole remains. Isko you can say absolute also. So basically it is saying, Brahm jaise acharan karna hai. So staying in that knowledge ki I am complete in myself. I am complete. मैं पूर्ण हूँ, right? And anything that is removed from me, added to me, does not change the fact that I am always Purna. Brahm jaisa acharan. So all these things about brahmacharya. And if you look at Ramji, he was that 14 years of vanvas. Brahmacharya ka palan kar hi rahe the na, because that was one of the prerequisites of Kekai कि ये तो करना ही पड़ेगा आपको, right? So we are not going to say कि नहीं वो नहीं है, नहीं वो है, उसके साथ में और भी चीजें हैं. So what we have done today is we have talked about Amal Achal Man, Throne Samana, Par Vigyan, knowledge of the self. We talked about the texture of the mind. Then Samta, which we have repeated many times. I think it is basic prerequisite. It is the opposite of Maya. Maya ka opposite kya hai? Sam rehna, right? And then we talked about the 5 noble values. Yam. तो प्रभु ने तो बहुत short में बोल दिया. Sam, Jam, Niyam. Right? So today we talked about Yam. Those are the 5 noble values of life. Next week we'll talk about Niyam and then go on with our Ramayana and start the war. Abhi you must be thinking na kab tak अरे हम भी तो ready होना चाहिए ना to fight Ravan. Without all these equipments we cannot go and fight. So हम हार जाएंगे, right? प्रभु तो जीत जाएंगे, हम हार जाएंगे. So these things are needed. And so we have finished Yam and now we are left with only Niyam. And Niyam is कठिन. थोड़ा कठिन है, पर as we always say, right? कठिन है, but it is possible. And those are the 5 daily disciplines. So everything is, Prabhu is saying, I have these 5 daily disciplines. I will not go into the depth of it. We are just going to read it out and stop for today. Tapas. What are the 5 daily disciplines that the Lord is talking about? Tapas. Austerities. Daily. He's saying these are the daily disciplines that one has to do. ऐसा नहीं कि महीने में एक दिन तप कर लिया या चलो ठीक है हफ्ते में 2 एकादशी में फास्टिंग कर ली. It is a small form of tap. But the tap he is talking about is beyond and it is daily. He's talking about daily disciplines. Sauchya, daily purity inside and outside. Santosh, being in a state of contentment daily. ऐसा नहीं कि today I am contented, tomorrow, oh my God, I wish I had it. नहीं. Swadhyay, study of the self and the study of the scriptures daily. He says, I do it. And then Ishvara Pranidhana, worship of God and surrender to God. So this is what he's saying, कि these are the daily disciplines that I have in my life. So we are going to talk about these 5 disciplines next week. For now, I will stop talking and let everybody else talk. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Krishna, जय हनुमान जय हनुमान जय हनुमान.